Okay, my name is Lauren Baines, and I am a health educator here at Boise State University. I got my start as a peer educator at my previous institution as an undergrad, and at the time my degree was in psychology and philosophy, and I realized that's not what I wanted to do after experiencing health promotion and peer education firsthand. So then I had my master's in public health, so I have my MPH, as well as the CHES. So I am a certified health education specialist once I finished my master's degree. We have the National College Health Assessment, which comes from the American College Health Association. I know that's kind of a tongue twister, but that's where we have from a national scale of where other universities are, but then also there's one at Boise State where we can just look at the students here in our population, and that addresses alcohol, tobacco, sexual health, general health issues, stress, anxiety, depression, just overall encompassing. And then it says, the prevalence of it, as well as how is it impacting their life. So how has alcohol impact your grades? How has stress impact your grades? And other things as well as that. And also the resources. So have you heard of these things? Have you been to your health center? Would you like to know more about those things? Which is quite funny because looking at them, they say, yes, we heard about it. But then looking back on the fall 2011 one, which was the most recent one we've done, 80% of students don't want to hear about alcohol education. Of course not. So, but we had to try to find innovative ways for them to get that information out there and for them to be receptive of it. So we do that every 2 years. Like I said, the last one was fall 2011. We actually have one coming up in fall of 2013, where we can look at all of the data for Boise State students, as well as compare it to other universities as well. Also, what we do is we have our peer educators. They're usually on the front lines. We ask the students. So I know sometimes when the peer educators go out there and they have events, I usually like to just go, show face, say hi, make sure everything's okay, as well as talk to the students. So find out what's going on with the student population. So while yes, we can look at data and look at surveys to see what's going on, we also can get one-on-one hand accounts. Because usually that's what I find the most insightful and the most interesting and what's really, really going on, and then how can I address that. So that's how we look at survey and get needs assessments from that. And addressing those needs, pretty much we just look at the data and say, so we need to work on stress. How can we do that? And we collaborate, come up with fun, innovative ways, as well as talking to students. We just did an event called the House Party, and we collaborated with 2 student volunteers who were ahead of the committee, who had input to say, hey, this is probably what's really going on at house parties. This is what's really going on with the student population. So it wasn't just, like the administrative, the heads that say, oh, let's throw an event and have it not really be relatable. So we try to get the students involved in our programming as well to make sure it's impactful.
Hi, my name is Erin Salisbury, and I'm the Graduate Assistant at Wellness Services within University Health and Recreation. I oversee the peer educators, and I myself started as a peer educator, and all peer educators are required to be certified peer educators, and that teaches them to be able to go out, connect to students, and then educate them in ways that research has proven to educate others.
My name is Kayla Seeloff. I'm the Assistant Director for Fitness and Aquatics with Recreation Services at Boise State, which is the rec center. We focus on the fitness aspect of overall health in our department. I would say probably the one way we promote health and well-being the most is trying to create an environment that allows for anyone to participate, whether you have never exercised in your life or whether you are an elite athlete or training for an elite event. The biggest program that we have here that allows for that is our group exercise program, where we have 45 classes on the schedule every week there is a variety of levels: cardiovascular, mind, body, water fitness, which is surprisingly tough, but people love because it's low impact. And the way we kind of assess if it's working or not is through our participation numbers and the feedback that we get on our instructor evaluations every year. So every spring, which we're in the process of doing now, we take our numbers throughout the year, assess them and compare them to previous schedules or similar schedules we have had, kind of try to determine the class format and if it's successful, as well as the instructor that was in place for that class, because an instructor or a personal trainer or even a staff member can provide either a welcoming environment or one that is not so welcoming, and we have to evaluate that at all times to make sure everybody feels comfortable with those instructors. As far as evaluating the class, we believe that it all starts with our instructors and our personal trainers, so we focus on their development and their ability to provide proper instruction for our participants. And that is how we promote health around here, is through the staff that we hire, because our goal is just to give back to the university as much as possible with our students and our temporary employees that we hire in the fitness department. So anything that we can do to develop them and impact our members is how we go about making our evaluation and changes to our program.